The rain hammered against the orphanage windows like fists demanding entry, but inside, 5-year-old Sean huddled under his thin blanket, pretending it was a fortress. He didn't remember much about that night he was dropped off, just the screech of tires fading into the storm and the cold bite of abandonment that never quite thawed. Growing up in the system, bouncing from one foster home to another across the Midwest, Sean learned early that love was a luxury, not a given. By high school in a sleepy Indiana town, he was the quiet kid with the sharp wit, burying his secrets under layers of sarcasm and straight-A report cards. It was during his senior year that the dam broke. Sitting in the school counselor's office, Sean stared at the motivational posters plastered on the walls, cliches about being true to yourself. "I'm gay," he blurted out, the words tumbling like stones from a cliff. The counselor nodded sympathetically, but Sean's mind raced ahead to the fallout. His foster parents, devout Midwesterners, didn't take it well. "We love you, but this isn't right," his foster dad muttered, eyes averted. That night, Sean packed a duffel bag and hit the road, hitchhiking to Chicago with nothing but a scholarship to Northwestern University and a burning need to redefine his life. College was a revelation. Amid the bustling campus on the shores of Lake Michigan, Sean found a community, queer clubs, late-night discussions in dorm rooms, and his first tentative crushes. He majored in computer science, drawn to the logic of code where emotions couldn't mess things up. But beneath the surface, the abandonment gnawed at him. Who were his parents? Why did they leave him? Therapy sessions helped, but answers eluded him until a DNA test kit, a birthday gift from a roommate, changed everything. The results pinged on his phone during a lecture on algorithms. Close relative match, Alexander Harrington. Sean's heart stopped. Alexander Harrington, the tech mogul, founder of Harrington Tech, a Silicon Valley giant that had relocated its headquarters to Chicago for tax breaks. The man was a legend, self-made billionaire, philanthropist, and his father? The match was paternal, undeniable. But why abandon a son? Sean dug deeper online, piecing together timelines. Harrington had been young, ambitious, married to a socialite who valued image over everything. Rumors whispered of a scandal, but nothing concrete. Coming out had empowered Sean, but this discovery ignited a fire. "I need to know," he told his best friend, Mia, over coffee in a Wrigleyville cafe. "Not just why he left me, but who I am because of it." Mia urged caution, but Sean was resolute. He applied for an internship at Harrington Tech, fudging his resume just enough to hide the connection, no mention of the DNA test. His application highlighted his coding skills, his passion for AI ethics, and a fabricated story about admiring Harrington from afar. To his shock, he got in. Entry-level intern in software development, the email read. Start date, June 1st. Arriving at the sleek glass tower in downtown Chicago, Sean felt like an imposter. The lobby buzzed with young professionals in hoodies and sneakers, the air thick with ambition. His supervisor, a no-nonsense woman named Carla, showed him around. "You'll be working on the new AI project. And hey, if you're lucky, you might catch a glimpse of the big boss." Sean's stomach twisted. Alexander Harrington rarely mingled with interns, but the possibility loomed like a storm cloud. That's when he met Jake. Tall, with sun-kissed blonde hair and a smile that could light up the loop, Jake was a senior developer on the same team. "New blood, huh?" Jake said, extending a hand during lunch in the cafeteria. Their fingers brushed, and Sean felt a spark, electric, undeniable. Jake was out and proud, with a rainbow pin on his laptop bag. Over the next weeks, casual chats turned into shared coffees, then dinners at hole-in-the-wall spots in Boys Town. Jake shared stories of his own coming out in rural Texas, the rejection, the rebirth in the city. "You get it," Jake said one night, their hands intertwined under the table at a dimly lit bar. "That ache of not fitting in." Sean opened up too, but not about Harrington. Not yet. Their first kiss happened on a rooftop overlooking the Chicago River, fireworks from a Cubs game exploding in the distance. It was passionate, raw, Sean's walls crumbling under Jake's gentle persistence. "You're something special, Sean," Jake whispered, pulling him close. For the first time, Sean felt seen, not just as a gay man navigating a straight world, but as someone worthy of love. But shadows crept in. Whispers in the office about Harrington's personal life, a divorce years ago, a son who disappeared. Sean overheard Carla on a call. "The boss is touchy about family stuff. Best not to pry." Doubt seated in Sean's mind. Was this internship a path to truth or a recipe for heartbreak? As summer heated up, so did their romance. But Sean couldn't shake the feeling that his worlds were colliding. Little did he know, Jake had secrets of his own, ties to Harrington that would shatter everything. The internship plunged Sean into a whirlwind of code sprints and team meetings, but his real focus was reconnaissance. He scoured company archives during late nights, hacking lightly into non-classified files. Nothing illegal, just curious digging. Photos of Harrington from the early days, a young man with Sean's green eyes, smiling at ribbon cuttings. One article from a tabloid archive mentioned a family crisis around the time Sean was born. Personal reasons, it vague noted. Sean's anger simmered. Personal reasons for dumping a kid? Jake became his anchor amid the chaos. Their dates evolved into weekends at Jake's loft in Lincoln Park, overlooking the zoo where lions roared like distant thunder. Tell me about your family. Jake probed one lazy Sunday morning, tangled in sheets. Sean hesitated, then spilled half-truths. Orphanage, fosters, the void. I envy people with roots, he admitted, tracing Jake's collarbone. Jake's eyes softened. Roots can be poisonous too. My dad was a Harrington exec back in the day. Knew the boss personally. Sean's pulse quickened, but he played it cool. Really? What's the old man like? Complicated, Jake said, evasive. Generous, but guarded. Lost a kid young. Rumor is it broke him. Sean filed that away, his mind racing. Their physical connection deepened, nights filled with urgent whispers and tender explorations. Jake was experienced, guiding Sean with patience that melted his insecurities. I love how you light up when you code, Jake murmured during a midnight session at the office, their lips meeting over glowing screens. It was romantic, intoxicating, Sean's first real love. But cracks appeared. During a company retreat in the Wisconsin Dells, team-building exercises turned boozy. Sean overheard Jake on the phone. Yeah, the intern, Sean's his name. Green eyes, just like. Nah, coincidence. Paranoia gripped Sean. Was Jake onto him? That night, by the campfire, Jake pulled him aside. I need to tell you something. Sean's heart pounded. I'm not just a developer. Harrington's my godfather. He pulled strings to get me here. Betrayal stung, but Jake continued. It doesn't change us. I fell for you, not your story. Sean wanted to believe him, but doubt festered. Back in Chicago, he confronted the mirror. What if he's using me? His coming out had taught him vulnerability, but this felt like exposure. He dove deeper into research, finding an old email chain in a forgotten server. Harrington to his ex-wife. The boys. Different. We can't risk the scandal. Different? Sean's mind reeled. Was it about his sexuality, even as a toddler? Toys he played with, mannerisms? The thought fueled rage. High drama hit during a product launch party at Navy Pier. Harrington himself attended, schmoozing investors under twinkling lights. Sean, dressed in a borrowed suit, hovered on the edges. Jake introduced him. This is Sean, our star intern. Harrington's handshake lingered, his eyes narrowing. You look familiar, kid. Sean's throat dried. Just a fan of your work, sir. But the air crackled with unspoken truth. Later, alone on the pier, Jake confessed more. Harrington asked about you. Said you remind him of someone. Sean's walls cracked. He's my father, Jake. He abandoned me. Jake's face paled. What? I knew about the lost son. But Sean, he thinks you're dead. His wife told him that after the drop-off. Lies upon lies. Sean's world tilted. Did you know who I was from the start? Jake hesitated, a fatal pause. Not at first, but when I saw the resemblance. I told him. Betrayal exploded. You what? You used me as a pawn. Sean shouted, waves crashing below. Jake reached out. No, I love you. I thought reuniting you would help. But Sean saw red. Romance tainted by manipulation. He stormed off, tears blurring the city lights. That night, he crashed at Mia's, sobbing into her couch. He played me. Everyone plays me. The next days blurred in emotional turmoil. Sean avoided Jake, burying himself in work. But Harrington summoned him to his office, a penthouse view of the skyline. Sit, son. The word hung heavy. I know who you are. Sean's defenses shattered. Why did you leave me? Harrington sighed, aging before his eyes. Your mother. She saw signs. Thought you'd be troubled. I was weak, went along. Regretted it every day. The confession was raw, humanizing the mogul. But forgiveness? Not yet. Jake cornered Sean in the break room. Please, hear me out. I fell hard. your laugh, your fire. Telling him was wrong, but I wanted you to have family. Tears welled in Jake's eyes. Sean wavered, the pull of love clashing with hurt. Their kiss that followed was desperate, a bridge over the abyss. But trust? Fractured. As summer waned, Sean grappled with identity, gay, abandoned, reclaiming. The company buzzed with his secret, but he stood tall. Coming out had led him here, to confrontation and connection. Yet, the deepest wound was Jake's betrayal, a scar on his heart. Tensions escalated as Sean navigated the fallout. Harrington offered olive branches, private dinners at his Gold Coast mansion, stories of regret. I built this empire to fill the void, he admitted over steak and whiskey. But money can't buy back time. Sean listened, emotions churning, anger at the abandonment, pity for the broken man. You left because I might be gay, he challenged. Harrington winced. Ignorance, son. The 90s were different. I was scared. It was a start, humanizing the monster from his dreams. Jake persisted too, leaving notes in Sean's desk. Miss your touch. Let's talk. Their encounters were charged, stolen glances in meetings, brushes in hallways that ignited sparks. One evening, after hours, Jake pulled him into a conference room. I screwed up, but my feelings are real. Sean's resolve cracked. They made love on the table, urgent and forgiving. I love you, Jake gasped. Sean echoed it, but doubt lingered like a shadow. Conflict brewed externally. Harrington's ex-wife, now remarried in the suburbs, resurfaced via a lawyer's letter. Stay away. He's not yours. It reeked of cover-up. Sean confronted Harrington. She lied about me dying? Tears streamed down the old man's face. She did it to protect our image. I believed her. Wanted to, maybe. The revelation deepened Sean's bond with his father, but alienated Jake, who knew fragments and felt sidelined. High drama peaked at the company's annual gala in the Art Institute. Glittering under Chagall's stained glass, Sean arrived with Jake as his date, a bold coming out to the corporate world. Whispers followed. Harrington's secret son, and gay. Harrington toasted publicly, to family rediscovered. But backstage, Jake pulled Sean aside. Your dad's offering me a promotion to San Francisco, away from you. Sean's heart sank. Is this his way of separating us? Paranoia confirmed. Harrington confessed over a late-night call. Jake's good, but you're my priority. I don't trust him fully. Betrayal layered, father manipulating romance. Sean exploded at Jake. Did you know about the offer? Jake admitted. Yes, but I was going to turn it down. Lies. Sean couldn't tell. Their argument spilled into the night, ending in a tearful breakup on Michigan Avenue. You chose secrets over us, Sean accused. Jake pleaded. I chose you always. But Sean walked away, shattered. Alone, Sean wandered the city, past the bean reflecting distorted faces, down to the lake where waves mirrored his turmoil. Therapy resurfaced old wounds, abandonment equating to unworthiness. You're enough, his counselor affirmed. But healing felt distant. He threw himself into the internship's capstone project, an AI for ethical decision-making, ironically mirroring his life. Reconciliation flickered. Harrington invited him for a weekend at his Lake Geneva estate. Amid boat rides and bonfires, father and son bonded. I'm proud of who you are, Harrington said, hugging Sean. The first paternal embrace. Tears flowed. Even the gay part. Sean teased through sobs. Especially that. I've learned. It was poignant, a bridge built on ruins. Jake didn't fade easily. Texts poured in, apologies, memories. Sean ignored them, but fate intervened during a storm. Power outage at the office trapped them in an elevator. This is cliché, Jake joked, but tension crackled. I never betrayed you intentionally, he insisted. Harrington pushed the promotion to test me. Sean softened. I miss us. Their reunion kiss was electric, forgiveness tentative. But climax hit when Sean's project demo went viral internally. Harrington praised it publicly, but privately revealed. Jake helped polish it, without credit. Another layer, Jake's quiet support. Overwhelmed, Sean sought him out. Why? Because I believe in you, Jake said simply. Romance reignited, deeper now, scarred but resilient. Yet, external forces loomed. The ex-wife leaked stories to tabloids. Harrington's gay son scandal. Headlines screamed, stocks dipped. Sean faced harassment, online trolls, paparazzi. This is what you feared? He asked Harrington. Yes, but facing it with you? Worth it. Solidarity strengthened their family tie. In the eye of the storm, Sean and Jake escaped to a cabin in the Michigan dunes. Nights by the fire, they rebuilt trust. No more secrets, Sean vowed. Jake agreed, their love evolving into something profound, laced with humanity's flaws. As autumn leaves blanketed Chicago, resolution beckoned. Sean's internship ended, but Harrington offered a full-time role. Stay, build with me, he urged. Sean accepted, but on terms, transparency, inclusion. The company launched diversity initiatives, with Sean leading LGBTQ+ outreach. It was empowering, turning pain into purpose. Jake's promotion dilemma resolved. He declined San Francisco, choosing Chicago, and Sean. Their relationship matured, navigating therapy together. We're flawed, but together we're whole, Jake said during a walk along the river walk, hand in hand. Sean's heart mended, love blooming amid the city's grit. But the ex-wife's vendetta escalated. She sued for defamation, dragging family secrets into court. Depositions revealed ugly truths. Her homophobia drove the abandonment. Harrington complicit in silence. I was wrong, he testified, voice breaking. Sean took the stand. Abandonment shaped me, but love redeems. The judge ruled in their favor, but the emotional toll was heavy. In the aftermath, a family dinner at Harrington's, Sean, his father, and Jake. To new beginnings, Harrington toasted. Laughter filled the room, a far cry from Sean's lonely orphanage nights. Yet, by tragedy lingered, the lost years couldn't be reclaimed. Sean visited St. Mary's, donating to the orphanage. For the kids like me, he told the director, eyes misty. Romance crescendoed on a snowy Christmas Eve. Jake proposed under the Millennium Park tree, ring glinting like stars. Marry me, Sean. Let's build our family. Tears froze on Sean's cheeks. Yes. It was romantic, hopeful, a counter to betrayal. The story closed humanely. Not perfect happiness, but growth. Sean reflected in his journal. Coming out led me to truth, love, and forgiveness. In America's melting pot, we find our way. Years later, as Harrington retired, Sean took the helm, gay, proud, leading with empathy. Jake by his side, they adopted, breaking cycles. In the end, abandonment's scar faded, replaced by bonds forged in fire. Life's drama taught resilience, love, the ultimate redemption.